What's going on, guys? It's Jay back again with another Let's Play episode, and I've made a few changes to the breeding system. I had a little look at it and I thought, you know what, this just ain't complicated enough for me, so I thought, yeah, let's change it up a bit. And I've now got a pretty neat system, which I'll show you. And if we go up here, you can see it's for cows and pigs. Let me just turn my sound down a touch. As you can see, it's cows and pigs. A lever here to switch between the two. So up's for cow and down's for pig. So whatever's selected, you want to go with the button directly underneath it and hit that, and your pigs turn up. And I'm just going to get a bit of wheat so I can show you it working. Looks like there's one done up here. So, like I say, your pigs come down when you hit a button. And I can't feed them because I've only just bred them, I think. So what we do, hit this button to send them back. And we'll call the cows down. So hit this and then hit the button underneath cows, and the cows turn up. Give them some wheat. They get the job done. And the little baby cow is coming around the corner at the back there, out of this water pool. So just hit the button to send them back where they were, and that's how it works basically. Well, that's what it does anyway. I'll show you how it works now. I've got a way of getting in somewhere around here, I'm sure I have. I haven't put a roof on it yet, but that's mainly because I wanted to show you how it works and stuff. So the lever that I've got for switching between cows and sheep, that changes this piece of cows and pigs, even not cows and sheep. That'll change this bit of the track here. So at the moment it's set for cows, so if I was to press the cow button, the cows would come up here and over here. And what happens is when I hit the button underneath the cows, it turns this torch off, which flips this track, and because it's a button it only stays flipped for so long. So the cow will come off here, head over here, drop onto this rail, and head down here, and it's just mirrored on the other side. It's exactly the same but mirrored. So like I say, this track's for switching between cows and pigs. They've both the buttons are connected to the piece of track that's needed to get them onto this system. So if I switch this to pigs, it'd face that way, and then when I hit the pig button, this piece would change and the pig would come flying along here, up here, and again drop into there, and it's exactly the same on the other side. And then when it's returning, press a button here which powers these two. It comes this way, goes up the top here, and drops onto this piece of track here. So if it's set to cow, it'll return back on that track there, and if it's set to pig, this piece of track will be facing the other way, so the cart would fall onto there and just head back down that way. So it's a pretty simple way of doing it, but it's much better than the design I had before, I think. And yeah, it wasn't too challenging to build, but took a little bit of time because all the wiring's underground. It isn't just that wiring, by the way, there's actually quite a bit of wiring underground. But yeah, eventually what I want to do is set up some sort of crusher or something, so when all these are grown I can just flip a switch and they'll all be killed, and then the stuff will float down in the water stream and I can just collect it here. But I haven't thought about how I'm going to do that too much yet. I'll probably use a piston crusher, or maybe seal them in with pistons and then use a drowning trap, something like that. But what I wanted to get done today was, I think I'm going to start on a storage room and a room where I can just basically have like my furnaces and stuff, or I may keep them in here and just build a furnace room. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to knock this wall through and collect up these furnaces and stuff, and then go get a bit of sandstone, and I'll be back. So yeah, I figured while I'm heading down here to my sand farm, I'd show you how I do it. So as you can see, this is where the sand stops, and then I've got 3 layers below it. What I like to do is I like to just go along and take a row out like this, which is pretty good because you get some sandstone anyway. But what happens after is, after I took these out, I'll place torches down like you can see to my left, and just place torches down on every block, like so. And then all you have to do is go along like this, take the bottom block out, and the torches will destroy the sand, so you can just walk along then and collect all your sand. And yeah, I think that's the most efficient way to mine sand. As you can see, I've just got over a stack just from doing that, and nearly half a stack of sandstone. So I'm going to collect a bit more and I'll be back again. So I'm back, guys. That took a bit longer than I thought, but got quite a nice little room going on now. I've got a problem. I'll sort that after. But yeah, I've got natural items, junk miscellaneous, useful stuff, so that's my chest you saw before, my mob drops, dirt and random blocks, stone cobble and brickstone, and redstone miscellaneous, so that's like redstone torches and stuff like that. And I thought I'd explain one of the things that I'm doing. You might have seen this that I'm doing here, where I'll put rows of cobble along and have one of each type basically. And the reason for that is, so if I've got cobble in my inventory, I can just shift click and it'll just stay in this row, which means it won't mess up. So that's a pretty decent tip that you might want to think about using yourselves. And I've got a workbench and 2 furnaces on each side, so if I'm taking something from here and I want to craft it, I use this one, and same again on this side. And you're probably thinking, oh yeah, pretty nice storage room. Well, that's not all I want to do with the storage room. I actually want to make like a sort of a quick reset room, so if I die, I'll run into a room here somewhere. I'm just going to have to clear a space out for it, but I'll do that off camera. What I'll do is I'll walk into a room here, stand on a pressure plate, and a wall of say 5 or 6 dispensers will chuck useful things at me. So one will chuck a pick, one will chuck a shovel, one will chuck an axe, one will chuck a sword, and probably some food or something like that as well. So I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to clear this room out and set the dispensers up, and then I'll be back when I'm wiring it. So yeah guys, it turns out I've only got enough string for 3 dispensers, so we're just going to have to roll with that in a moment. And I'll wire it in such a way that I can always add dispensers at a later date. So I'm just going to clear a bit of space out under here, and we can get started with wiring them. But I figured I'd do this on camera, being as though it's not going to take that long. So I think the way I'm going to do this is have a stone pressure plate. So I'll go over to my stone chest, get a couple of pieces of stone, and make a pressure plate. If I could put them in the right place anyway. Put a pressure plate on here which will give a signal off down here, which if I stand on it will do that. And then what I want to do with this is, I'm thinking, I'm not too sure actually, so I'll do this off camera and I'll explain it after. So yeah, I figured out I'm going to wire these up, guys. All I've got is just a simple staircase, so it splits off 3 ways under this pressure plate. One comes this way, which just simply goes up here, and goes into the gap between the 2 dispensers, and that'll cause them both to fire. So if you have a block behind the bottom dispenser and put your redstone on top of it, that'll cause both of them to fire like that. And all I've done for the rest of them is mirror that into the other 3 sets, into the other 2 sets even. So these pieces of cobble are placeholders for what it'll be like when it's done, and I'm just gonna clean this up now with some sandstone, because the rest of my house is sandstone, so it'd only be right really. And I don't know if I want to fill in these corners or not. Yeah, I think I will. So it'll be like, oops, just be like that, and I'll have torches there probably. So I'll walk in, stand on this pressure plate, and 6 dispensers will just fire the item at me, and then I can just turn around and go on my way and go and get all my other stuff back. So I'll build a door quickly, and I think that's going to wrap up today's build. So as always, if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, let me know what you want to see me build in this Let's Play in future. And yeah, leave a rating, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, I'll see you later. Peace. What we're going to use to get the animals up to that system there is just put a minecart here and use the wheat again